and gentlemen, hockey fans of all ages, welcome inside Brampton Memorial Arena as we get set to bring you this contest between the Toronto Furies and the Brampton Thunder. You're tuning in on CWHLlive.com. I'm Nico Cardarelli. Darren Alley joins me up here in the broadcast booth. As you can see on your screens right there, the Toronto Furies starting lineup being announced. And momentarily we'll have the Brampton Thunder starters as well. Darren, we've got Christina Kessler getting the start here today for Toronto, and it's a game of pretty important meaning for the Furies because they have a chance right now to clinch the final Clarkson Cup playoff berth.
It's going to be a tough ride for them. If they even do clinch that spot today, they'll end up likely taking on Les Canadiens in that semi-final taking place on February 26th to the 28th. But Kessler in goal today for the Furies, and just announced it's going to be Liz Knox in goal for the Thunder. Big game for Kessler here. Her numbers don't look so great this season. A .905 save percentage and a 3.3 goals against average. Not necessarily entirely her fault. She has been she's faced a lot of shots this year. She's had it difficult this year, but she stood tall and she's played pretty well, all things considered. Yeah,
I would say that Kessler, while the numbers have not necessarily reflected her elite play, she's been quality between the pipes for the Furies. And, well, as we just heard, her counterpart the other end of the ice, Liz Knox, gets the start here for Brampton. And I wouldn't say she's taken a back seat to Erica Howe, but I think it is fair to say that Howe has sort of established herself as the 1A when you look at the platoon that Brampton continues to deploy.
And if you look at how well Howe's been playing too, it's deserved, right? Yeah. But you can't count out Knox as well. .915 save percentage this season. She's played well herself, 6-2 record in 8 games. Don't discount her at all.
I've got a bit of a pregame ceremony happening here from Brampton Memorial Arena. If you're tuning in today, we want to hear from you throughout the broadcast. You can tweet us at BroBehindTheMic, at Darren Alley. And as always, make sure you give the teams a follow at Brampton CWHL, at Toronto CWHL, and of course the league at the CWHL.
Darren? Ceremony today, Nico, honoring Jana Hefford, Vicky Sun O'Hara, and Kathleen Koff, former Thunder players.
Former Olympic medalists, former Thunder players, and former stars of the CWHL. Olympic Day, as this game has been dubbed. Great job by Lori Dupuy and the whole Thunder staff. Well, 6 players coming into today's game with active point streaks on the line. 5 of them for the Brampton Thunder, including Laura Fortino, who's posted 8 points in her past 4 games. For the Furies, just 1 player coming into this one with the active point streak, but while she's a player to watch, no doubt about it, that's Natalie Spooner. She's put up 3 goals, 3 assists for 6 points over her past 5 games.
And Spooner has been a constant highlight reel for this Furies team, who have had a tough season this year, sitting 3rd in league scoring with 25 points. She leads the league with 16 goals. You also mentioned Laura Fortino, the top goal scorer for Brampton, the top point getter for Brampton at 21 points on the year, 6 goals, 15 assists.
As we get you set for the opening face-off here in this CWHL game between the Brampton Thunder and the Toronto Furies. Brampton will be wearing their home black, a little bit of white and silver trim along the jerseys. Toronto with their visiting whites, blue trim. As we get the captains coming out for the ceremonial face-off, a little bit through the grapevine, nothing confirmed yet, but Michelle Bonello could be contemplating retirement from what I hear. So that would be something to watch out for the Toronto Furies, their captain, who's been an absolute anchor on their blue line.
Somebody they would miss dearly, I'm sure.
About a minute away from puck drop here as the ceremonial face-off takes place. Jana Hefford, great player for Team Canada and the Brampton Thunder, doing the honors there. And we'll have the national anthem, the Canadian national anthem, coming up momentarily. You're watching on CWHLlive.com. Sean Hunt with a great rendition of O Canada. And before we get you onto the ice for the action of this one, we want to remind you to tune in on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram throughout the game with the hashtag CWHL Live. Well, Darren, these two local rivals, this season in particular, it's been one in which Brampton has dominated against Toronto, winning all 4 head-to-head matchups so far.
And they'll be looking to pull off another one here tonight. Will Brampton. A win for them will put them 2 points back of second place in the CWHL, 2 points behind both Le Canadien and the Calgary Inferno. Those two teams in action as we speak.
So we'll provide you with some updates from that game throughout this one as we get set for the opening face-off. Now again, some importance in this game in particular, especially from a Toronto Furies standpoint. A win and they're in. It's that simple. They can clinch a Clarkson Cup playoff berth, but they've got to find a way to beat the Brampton Thunder here this afternoon. For Brampton, as you just alluded to, Darren, they would, with the win today, they would be just 2 points behind Calgary and Le Canadien for that top spot in the CWHL. Brampton will have 5 games remaining after this one, whereas Toronto has just 3 left after today. So it's the home stretch of the season, no question about it. Well, here we go from Memorial Arena in Brampton. We're underway as the Toronto Furies have the puck. Spooner, quick shot, oh, what a save. I'll talk about a good start, just 8 seconds in, and Spooner lets one rip.
And Liz Knox gets tested early here. Natalie Spooner, one of the best shots in the league. We're not even 10 seconds into the game, and she's got to make a nice glove save, so good early test for Knox.
You can see Knox's eyes on the replay there, on the monitor, a little bit big. I'm not sure she was completely expecting that quick of a start, but a good glove save nonetheless. And from a Toronto standpoint, they're going to want more of that as Elisa Baldwin brings it in, tries to center it, but that one's knocked into the far corner, near corner, excuse me. As here comes Rattray with it now for Brampton. Across the blue line, she's got Jones, tries to feed it, but that's picked off by Bonello. Spooner across center ice, check closely, she's ridden into the boards, and then hauled down, play continues on. Spooner trying to get her lumber from the ice, now chasing after LaRocque. Just flipped in here by Brampton, right on, and Kessler with pressure bearing down to hold that. So just 53 seconds in, these teams have some fast pace in this one.
And that's a good first shift for the Furies. We've seen that a few times from them this season. It's been maintaining that pressure that they've had a problem with. Good start to the game for them with that top line of Baldwin, Spooner, and Terry.
McIntosh up against Gaskin. They both hit the ice, and chipping it out of the corner is Fulton. Good pass there, right to the stick of Chevry, but she's tied up by Edney. Chevry and Edney into the far corner, back to the line. Suzuki, one of many players who were representing the CWHL at the recent All-Star game. Suzuki made the play to keep it in, and now here comes McParland. High stick knocks it down, or actually they're going to call that offside, but Kessler getting her first touch, even though that's not going to count as a save.
Play went off of a Toronto defender's stick, which is why I was questioning the offside for a moment there, but it was, pardon me, the high stick, but it wasn't offside.
Well, so off the face-off, the Furies had possession, and they turn it over, and Brampton then turns it over again as the former Thunder player, French, lets one go, and Knox sticks that one aside. Flipped out through the zone by Becca King. That'll go down the length of the ice, but it's played by Kessler, who backhands it right to Richards. Richards, one of 5 Brampton players with an active point streak. She's hauled down. On second effort, Toronto cleared out the zone, but not for long. Simmons dumps it right back in. We played 2 minutes here in the first period, and it's been quite a fast-paced game so far as these teams, well, they're very familiar with each other. There's a chance in tight. Knocked wide. Rattray comes up with it now in the far corner. Shields the puck from French. She endures a bit of a hit, but now Jones scoops it up. Jess Jones lets it fly. Oh, what a goal! She shoots, she scores, and she snipes all day long. Jess Jones, 1-0 with 17:40 remaining in the first. What a fast start to this one.
And off pops the Gatorade bottle. What a shot by Jess Jones. We're going to take another look at that one. Great work by Rattray down low to free up the puck. Jones finds it. Walks in towards the net and just fires. What a shot by Jones. Unbelievable up over the shoulder of Kessler. It's 1-0 Thunder.
And that's not a necessarily high percentage scoring area, but that's exactly how dangerous Jess Jones is. She doesn't need a lot of space to hurt you. As Rattray picks up the assist, Brampton in offside here. So Jess Jones with the goal, Rattray with the initial assist, and Fortino with the secondary assist. So already Laura Fortino extends her personal point streak less than 3 minutes into this one. Give Fortino now 9 points over her last 5 games.
And she has been absolutely on fire, has Laura Fortino. She's going to be a big part of this Thunder team if they want to make some noise in the Clarkson Cup playoffs.
Well, Brampton's still hoping to, well, either finish first or second, really. If they finish first or second, they'll have a chance for, well, they will clinch home ice for playoff games, but right now, trailing Calgary and Montreal, Brampton need to capitalize as they've done all season long here at home. There's a shot, glove down, loose in front, Spooner bangs away and Knox makes the save. McIntosh, she's tied up, Vint there as well. Vint comes up with it. Reverses the breakout to McIntosh, and from the bench below us, the coaching staff help out Brampton, letting them know they have time. Good composed breakout there from the Thunder. Suzuki, she'll chip it off the near boards. Simmons backhands it out. We've seen a lot of pucks hit the officials really early on. The players' positioning has been good. The officials maybe a little suspect.
They're taking a bit of a beating here so far. A couple bumps and bruises for them today.
Saunders will just fire that one into the Brampton zone. Knocks out of her net, leaves it for Simmons. Tries to fire it around the boards, but good job by Zamora to keep it pinned in. Christy Zamora continues to dig away after it. In there as well as Kurata for Toronto, and it's Zamora coming out with it. Molson pinching in from the point. Now it's out to Saunders at center ice. We played just under 4.5 minutes here in this first period. Lone goal in this one off the stick of Jess Jones. Brampton with a 1-0 lead. Bonello, tape-to-tape pass to Prevost. Over far side to Fulton. She lets it fly, and that's off a shin pad and wide. Simmons getting in the way of that shot attempt. Rattray, good bank pass right to Jones. Back to Rattray. Can she stay on side? She does. Toes the line. Great presence there by Rattray. Oh, what a beauty! Jess Jones to Candace Stiles, and it's 2-0 Brampton. Well, it looked like a real broken down play, Darren, but some great stick-to-itiveness, and they come up with it.
What a pass by Jones, and is she ever having herself a period so far? Unbelievable sauce on that pass, and Stiles with the backhand smack out of the air. Unbelievable goal by the Thunder, and they are off to a great start here.
And they're working for more. Stiles brings it in offside. Actually, we might have a penalty coming up here. High sticking the call. Now they whistled it down while Brampton had possession, but it looks like this one's going against Suzuki and Toronto. So after going up 2-0 just 5 minutes into this period, Brampton will have a chance to increase that lead with a power play.
It's a call of 9 seconds after their second goal to get a power play opportunity for the Thunder. After that early jump we saw from the Furies, it's been all Brampton. An important game this is for both teams. More so, I think, for Brampton. They really want to get that home ice advantage in that second seed. Toronto's going to have they'd be in tough to miss the playoffs the way the Blades have been playing this year.
Well, with a goal and an assist just 5 minutes into this one, Jess Jones now has 20 points on the season. So the Brampton Thunder continuing to get it done, and now Burchard has it at the point. Fortino one-timer, that one wide of the goal. Stiles, far side in the corner, tied up by Vela. Molson, now it's on the stick of Rattray. Rattray to Jones, far corner, back to the point. Burchard checks her options, plays it to the hash marks where it skips over Jones's stick, but right to Rattray. She's hauled down by Molson, nothing doing. Molson rims it around the near side, but good play by Fortino to hold the line. Jones spins into a shooting lane, makes the feed pass, trying to jam it home is Rattray, but that time Kessler with the save.
Well, they almost got the line hat trick there with Rattray nearly shoving one into the goal. Jones and Stiles already with one each here, just over 5 minutes into the period. Now a minute 22 remaining on this power play for the Thunder. The second unit coming in. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Terry and Richards on the draw, and here comes Vint, nearly scooped up the loose puck, but great heads-up play by Kessler to take a stride or two out of the goal and then poke check it away.
Kessler may have just saved a goal there.
Picked up now by McFarland as Toronto have killed off nearly 1 minute of this Brampton power play. Fired in where near side Larocque puts it behind the net. Vint checks her options, back to the point for Edney. Good job by Edney to hold the line, but now Michelle Bonello comes up with it for the Furies. Gives it away. Oh, what a save! Second chance, and Vint puts it in. 3-0 Brampton. A great first save by Kessler, but Darren, when your team creates or makes a turnover like that, you're not giving your goal much of a chance.
And there's a bunch of Furies just standing around in their own zone trying to kill a penalty there. I don't know what they were doing. We're going to take another look at that, and there's nobody in front of the net. There's nobody there. Vint is all alone, and that's just an easy goal.
And a good heads-up play by Richards to force that turnover, tying up Bonello. We've played 6.5 minutes in this first period. Brampton now has a 3-0 lead. And they're working for more, but Spooner wants to try get momentum back for Toronto. She feeds it through. Spooner picks up her own puck. Shot! Sharp angle! Good save by Knox. Near sideboard, Suzuki keeps it in. Terry digging away, Seedhouse in there as well, and with the puck tied up, we'll have a stoppage with 13:01 left in the period.
Natalie Spooner with me against the world shift right there, looking to get something done for the Furies, and gets an opportunity, gets a scoring chance at the very least, but still nothing doing. Knox holds it up in goal for the Thunder.
I know at least one viewer is going to be happy about this result early in the first period, although we still have a lot of game left. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves as Fulton creates a turnover. Oh, and then she got drilled. That's going to be a penalty against the Thunder, tripping the call. So Toronto heading to their first power play opportunity of this one. But Stu Seedhouse tuning in from Florida, so we're happy to have him on board as well as everybody checking out today's action on CWHLlive.com.
Big opportunity here for the Furies to get themselves back into this game, get a little bit of momentum on their side. Down 3-0 super early here in the first period. They really got to get something going. 4 forwards on the ice here.
Now is the time for Toronto to take a chance, make an impact. They got to find a way back into this one after trailing now 3-0 early on here. Bonello, near side to Spooner. She tries to get in the shooting lane, lets it go, but hits her own player, Terry. Good job by Bonello to hold the line. She does it again. Third time, though, great effort from Vint. They clear it out. Vint endures a bit of a hack there from Spooner, but in doing so, clears it down, and 30 seconds gone on the power play. Furies lead the breakout. Bonello near side to Spooner. She's got room to skate. Spooner cuts in, just dispossessed. McParland strips it away, and now McParland, great heads-up play. Veteran move to just kill a little more time there. $1:08 now left on the Toronto power play. They'll have to restart from the far corner of their own zone. Bonello, strong tape-to-tape pass for Vela. Vela lets it go, and that one high and wide. Simmons smacks it down. King gives chase. Molson first on it. Well, Molson dispossessed. Great play by Becca King, nearly creating a short-handed opportunity. Vela tries to sidestep Larocque. Nothing doing there as the Brampton captain just out-muscles her. And again, Brampton effective on this PK. Toronto's got just 30 seconds left on the advantage.
PK effectiveness, no stranger to the Thunder. They sit second in the league at 85.6%.
Vela, far side hash marks, tries to spin away from the check, but loses the puck, and here comes Sarah Edney. Short-handed, just smacks it on goal. Good save. Edney still with the puck. Rattray tied up by Molson. With just 5 seconds left on the Toronto power play, that'll pretty much do it. The Furies still trailing 3-0 as we approach the midway mark of the period. Courtney Burchard, the Mississauga native, tape-to-tape pass to Stiles. Stiles, the extra move at the blue line, just offside.
So more of what we've seen all season from the Thunder on the penalty kill there. We mentioned second in the league. The Furies sitting at fourth in the league, 13.5% on the power play. So something they like to improve, I'd imagine. Didn't see much of that there. Great kill by the Thunder.
French first on it, flicks it against the boards, and now picked up by Stevenson, who finds Lamoureux. Lamoureux, backhander right on, Knox with the save, rebound, cleared into the corner. McIntosh on it for Brampton. Good pass to Fortino, near side to McParland. McParland across the blue line, Fortino lets it go. Oh, what a goal! Snipe City population, Laura Fortino. 4-0 Brampton. And Darren, at this point, you got to think we're seeing the goaltending change, and sure enough, here it comes. No fault to Christina Kessler, but Summer West has to try to do something here.
And what a shot that is by Laura Fortino. What a shift for her in general. Unbelievable stuff from Laura Fortino. Tanis Lamoureux down the other end of the ice. Not getting enough speed because Fortino's right on her. Great positioning defensively by Fortino. The puck comes back the other way. She ends up with it in the slot, makes no mistake.
So, with the timeout taken here by the Toronto Furies, they will make the goaltending change. Heading into the net, former Brampton Thunder goaltender Sonia Vanderbeek.
Now Vanderbleek, 3 games played on the season, 1 win, 2 losses, an impressive .926 save percentage, and a goals against average of 3.07. So some good stuff in a small sample size for Sonia Vanderbleek thus far this season. We've seen some good work from her. She's going to need it over the rest of this game, that's for sure, if Toronto has any chance of getting back in this one. But Brampton just looks like an unstoppable machine right now.
You know, considering the first 10 seconds they looked a little flat-footed, you have to love the response if you're a Thunder fan. But here comes Baldwin for Toronto. Puts it, well, tried to put it on net, but great block by Edmund. Spooner, stick handles. Molson at the point, lets it fly off a stick and into the mesh. So that'll give a stoppage and a face-off inside the Brampton zone.
So McParland and Burchard pick up the assists on that goal by Fortino, the fourth of the game for the Thunder already, just over 10 minutes into the first period.
Off the draw, Spooner feeds it in front, but that's picked off by Edney, and here comes Brampton once again. Seedhouse with the move at the dot, brings it in, shoots it right on, and Vanderbleek makes the save, but almost lost track of the puck there.
Early test for Vanderbleek, looking a little bit rusty, unable to hang on to that puck there, but makes the save nonetheless.
Molson stick handles around the check of Richards, gains the zone, and he'll dump it in, but the rest of her team peels off for a change, so here comes Brampton. Seedhouse, she'll just dump it into the Toronto zone, where it's picked up by Bonello. Molson controls the puck. 9:10 remaining in a first period. That Brampton is, well, they've asserted their dominance, leading now 4-0. Centered in front by Terry, but easily knocked away by Knox. Chevry has it now, top of the circles. Ashmark centers in front. Oh, Fulton was just moving the wrong way, otherwise she potentially could have generated a shot. McParland rips one from distance, and maybe there's that rust that Brampton picked up on from Vanderbleek, just trying to test her on that one. McIntosh spins from the check, back to the point. Burchard lets it fly. Chevry, that one looked like it smarts. May have hit her in the hand even. She's only got one hand on the stick right now, but she's a tough cookie, no doubt about it. Rattray digs away after this one. Rattray back to the point. A little too much sauce on that one. Burchard has to take it through the neutral zone. Suzuki nearly picks it off, but nice play by Rattray to scoop it up. Inner skates and backhands it just wide of the cage. Styles to Burchard. Near side Fortino, but it was just out of the zone.
Corey Chevry needs to change. She's still favoring that right hand of hers. Burchard's got a blast from the point, and we've seen a couple times she's put her hand on her stick. Anytime she gets involved in the play, she ends up pulling it back into her stomach. She's favoring that right hand for sure.
And even there, she momentarily went to grab with that right hand, and immediately when the contact happened, let it go. Nice pass. Edney with the shot. Great kick save that time by Vanderbleek. Puck tied up in front of the board. Stevenson dumps it in. Knocks out of her net. Rims it around far side. Kept in by French. She'll play it to Zamora. Zamora down low to Stevenson. Near side now where Toronto can't keep possession, so here comes Brampton. Fielding Montgomery. She lets it fly right on, and Vanderbleek sprawls out to hold on to that one with 7:07 left in the first.
Well, Vanderbleek's shaking off that rust by the looks of it. A nice stop there. Good job to sprawl out and hang on to the puck. We're going to take a quick look at that. Good stop right in the breadbasket, but she doesn't allow Brampton to get to the rebound, and that's a big one because she was out of position, so if she doesn't grab that puck, Brampton may have a 5-0 lead here.
Molson tries to clear the zone. She does. Hogan can't catch up to that loose puck, but now she comes up with it. Ashton Hogan lets the shot fly well wide of the net, though. Jess Vela against her numerical counterpart, Vint, and that time Vela got the better of Vint. Picked up now by Vint at center ice, went far side for McParland, but Molson there defensively for the Furies. Smacks it off the boards, nothing doing as Lamoureux, second effort, gets it into the zone. Whitaker stretch pass just out of the reach of Richards, and Toronto will start it up from inside their own blue line. Molson couldn't connect with any teammate, and now Burchard has it. Burchard tees it up, Seedhouse, good save that time by Vanderbleek. Kelly Terry with the puck here for Toronto. She's got Spooner streaking up the ice. Spooner does well to stay on side, but that time Fortino checks the Toronto leading scorer closely and snuffs out that attack. Oh, nice move by Richards. Here comes Brampton once again. Seedhouse off the skate of King, and that'll do it for that Brampton rush. Kelly Terry into the skates of Spooner, and now Natalie Spooner comes up with it. Just as quickly, it's stripped away from her. Baldwin gains the zone, only temporarily though, as here comes Fortino for Brampton. Gets it to Burchard. Burchard feeling some heat, will play it off the boards. Great play to find Rattray streaking down the ice. This top line for Brampton, well, they're getting it done in all three zones right now as Jones centers it. Edney at the point. She lets a shot fly and it's in! Oh, all Vanderbilt can do is look up at the rafters, and all Brampton can do is continue to score. It's 5-0 here in the first period.
I'm not sure what Vanderbilt's supposed to do on that shot. There's so much traffic in front of the goal, and Edney puts it in a perfect spot. Not sure if that one was tipped. We're going to take a look here. Let's see if it was, but Edney with a good shot. I'm not sure if that hit the stick of Rattray. If it did, that may have been a high stick.
And that was my initial thought.
That was, exactly.
But the officials right there, they call it a good goal.
It may have also hit the Toronto player in front, so we're not sure.
So here's the goal announcement. It will be credited to Edney. So that shot goes in clean. Icing waved off here. Styles racking up the points, as is Rattray. And here they come again. Styles off the backhand. Oh, great play defensively by French. Great second effort by Styles to still get the shot away. It's been all Brampton here as we approach the final few minutes of this first period. They lead their GTA rivals 5-0. Toronto can't break out cleanly there. McIntosh comes up with it. Now it's on the stick of Vint. She'll just backhand that one into the near side corner. Molson to Bonello. Bonello, good pass to Zamora. Well, just as it looked like they were getting a clean breakout, started to break up. Stevenson tries to cut towards the net. Nothing doing. Nice support there from Simmons coming in, poke checking it away, and that gives McIntosh a chance to get it to center ice where Bonello just drills it right on goal. And whether it's from center ice or from the slot area, Toronto have to find a way to generate some more shots on goal.
After a couple early tests, Knox hasn't really done much this entire period. It's been a very quiet period in the defensive zone for the Thunder, and they really haven't had to do much there at all.
Fielding Montgomery, battling for the puck in the far corner in there against Tanis Lamoureux. Picked up now by Burchard. Her shot attempt blocked by Vela. Seedhouse, Fortino near side. Into the middle for Burchard. She lets it fly, but that one well wide of the cage. Senna Suzuki poke checks it away from the check of Seedhouse, and Toronto still having a lot of issues just getting the breakout started. Gaskin, here comes Lamoureux. She's got room to skate, and she does. Hits center ice. I think she was on the wrong side of center. They're going to let that one continue on regardless. Vela tries to feed it in front, but great defensive effort by Fortino puts an end to that play. There's a centering pass, but again, Burchard there defensively. And now Rattray, all alone, 1-on-3. Tried for the through the leg dangle, but with no support around her. That was some good D there from Saunders.
Rattray with 3 assists on the night already, trying to get herself on the scoreboard.
Jones picked up by Baldwin now. Spooner just through the stick of Terry, and now it's picked up by Brampton captain Larocque. She gives it away to Baldwin, but Toronto delayed offside. They can't gain the zone. They turn it over, and here comes Rattray. Far side hash mark. She'll flip it around the boards with 2 minutes remaining in the first period.
Sneaky play by Jones in the neutral zone there to take the puck away from Baldwin and get some more offensive pressure for Brampton.
Spooner feeds it to Terry. She lets it go. That one high over top the net. Hits the glass. Kept in by Molson. McParland. Brampton with a tip. No icing. 1:38 now remaining in the first. Well, Darren, the first 10 seconds or so, Toronto looked great, but outside of that, they've really been on their heels. Let's see if Spooner can get something going. Spooner lets that shot fly in again, as she's been all game long, checked so tightly. Her shot deflected wide of the goal by a Brampton defender. McParland tries to hack away at it, far side of the net, nothing doing, and here comes Prevost. Carolyn Prevost, nice move around Whitaker. Prevost picks it up, centers it in front. Chevry unable to get a clean shot off as we're inside the final minute of the first period. Well, Darren, if you're Summer West, head coach of this Toronto Furies team, what's the message going into this intermission?
It's been 19 full minutes of domination by the Brampton Thunder. They've got to find a way to turn that around, and by the looks of the way this first period has gone, that is not going to be easy. It's going to be a tough intermission for the Furies, that's for sure. If I'm Summer West, I don't know what I'm telling my players, because this has just been an absolute disaster of a first period for them.
You know, it seems like there's two beliefs amongst coaches when you're in this kind of a situation. You can either rip into your team and just let them have it, or you can say nothing at all. And I think that without being inside that locker room, knowing some of the makeup of this Toronto team, it could be a fairly quiet intermission because they know that they're a better team than what they've shown so far. Not to take anything away from the effort that Brampton has had. They've been absolutely tremendous here as we're inside the final 10 seconds of the period. Back to the point, Fortino. With time running out here, Brampton will just hold it in the zone, and maybe time for one last shot. Not quite. Burchard thought about teeing it up, but the buzzer sounds, and it's been all Thunder through 20 minutes. They lead this one 5-0 over the Toronto Furies. You have to like that effort if you're a Brampton Thunder fan, but a lot to be desired if you're rooting on these Furies. What a first period for Brampton. Highlight players, Jamie Lee Rattray, 3 assists. Candice Stiles, a goal and an assist. Just Jones, a goal and an assist. And there's Tyler Fines. Not smiling, but you got to think he's liking this 5-0 lead. So after 20 minutes, it's the Brampton Thunder with a dominating performance. They lead at 5-0 over the Toronto Furies. You're watching on CWHLlive.com.
100% drive. 100% passion. 100% effort. But women in sports get only 5% of the attention. Canada's dairy farmers believe women in sports should be seen and heard loud and clear. With Fueling Women's Champions, we're shining a light on women athletes at every level. Join us. #ChampionHer.
When I was 7, I wore these gloves. They held this stick. Well, these skates carried me over the blue line. We won the championship, and now it's all yours. Cool. Oh, and this mouth guard. I'll get my own. Thanks.
The 5th season is when spirit for the game gets passed down. That's why we're proud to support over 5,000 teams.
Welcome back inside Brampton Memorial Arena as we get you set for the second period of play here in this game between the Toronto Furies and the Brampton Thunder. Through 20 minutes of play, it's been all Brampton so far. They lead this game 5-0. Get a look at Sonia Vanderbeek there, who came in about midway through that first period in relief of Christina Kessler, who gave up 4 of the 5 goals. At the other end of the ice, it's Liz Knox, who really wasn't tested that much throughout the first period, but well, that just speaks to the dominance of Brampton. They really dictated the pace of play.
After that first 10 seconds where Toronto was all over the place, I mean, that quick shot from Spooner giving Knox an early test, and after that it was all Brampton. 19 minutes and 50 seconds of domination from the Thunder, and the scoreboard shows it, a 5-0 lead for the Thunder going into the second period here.
One other game going on out of town in the CWHL. In comparison to this one, You gotta think it's boring. It's 0-0 after one between Montreal and Calgary.
Boring, but at the same time a little bit more interesting because it's a close game still, right? But
and of course, those two teams battling for first place in the dub right now. The Canadiens with 2 games in hand on Calgary, so they do sit atop the league. But, well, Brampton not far behind, trailing both teams by 4 points coming into this one. And Brampton are just 40 minutes away from closing that gap even further.
so if you're a Brampton Thunder fan, you are cheering for a Les Canadiens win today. A regulation win for Les Canadiens. There'll be less games for the Thunder to make up those points. Pardon me, less games for the Inferno to make up the points should Brampton continue to win.
We're underway in the second period here from Memorial Arena in Brampton as the Thunder and Furies battle on CWHLlive.com. I'm Nico Cardarelli. Darren Alley joins me up here in the booth. Our fantastic technical crew led by Steve Mitchell. Penalty coming up here to the Thunder. Jess Jones went for the stick lift, but in doing so, got a little too aggressive. She's called for the penalty, and Jones with a bit of a cheeky gesture towards the referee saying, I don't know if you got that one right. Either way, Toronto back to the power play.
Now Jones, if you can call it the CWHL's version of the Gordie Howe hat trick today, a penalty, a chirp of the referee, a goal and an assist.
I wouldn't necessarily expect fisticuffs, although it has happened in the
Yes.
league before, but yeah, this is probably the closest we'll see to the Gordie Howe hat trick today, as Darren just alluded to. Toronto 0 for 1 with the power play so far in this game. Knox deals with that one right on and then did well to essentially clear it out. McParland helps her get the rest of the job done.
Another good early start to this penalty kill for the Thunder. As mentioned earlier, they are second in the league coming into today's game with an 85.6% penalty kill rate.
Shot from Terry off a shin pad block, but not cleared out of the zone. Bonello nearly held it in, but now it's just across the blue line. Oh, what a move by Terry! Tees it up! Oh, she just missed that one. Kelly Terry let it rip. Not sure if Knox got a little piece of it or if it just went wide, but best chance of the power play so far. Larocque kills some time off the clock, tried to play it off the boards, but once again, the puck hits the official. Prevost picks it up now for the Furies. She'll get it into the zone, but Simmons first on it. And as Toronto gets fresh legs out there, it gives Brampton a chance to clear. Molson gained the zone. It looked like they were offside. Play continues on as Rattray now clears it. Excuse me, that was Whitaker who clears it down the length of the ice. 30 seconds left in the Toronto power play. Spooner, she's got room to skate, and so she does. Stick handles, lets it fly right on, but right into the breadbasket of Liz Knox.
And it's really saying something. That's one of the best opportunities Toronto has had to score in this game. The shot by Terry earlier on the power play where she missed the net, and that shot there by Spooner, along with the early opportunity for Spooner in the first period, and that's about it. That's about all Toronto's got going so far today.
Off the draw, Toronto battles for it, but they're unable to hold the zone. Rattray nearly sprung, endures a bit of a hit and lost her stick in the process. Baldwin, Elisa Baldwin, one of the top performers for Toronto, drops it to Vela. She lets it fly. Best save of the game so far for Liz Knox. Blockers that one up and out of play.
And Vela just trying to get something on goal there, looking to get something going for the Furies, and a nice shot. Nearly handcuffed Knox, but she gets the blocker on it and knocks it over the glass into the mesh behind her.
Stevenson on the draw for Toronto. Time done on the power play now, but Rattray springs Jones out of the box. Jones tries to get around French, still gets the shot away despite being checked by two Toronto defenders.
And the skill from Jones there, she's not moving. She has to wait for that pass. She still manages to get towards the goal and hang on to the puck and get a shot on goal. Great work down low by Jess Jones.
And a great heads-up play by Rattray to find her teammate coming out of the box there, creating that chance after Brampton kills off the penalty. Bouncing puck, McParland corrals it, plays it near side to Vint, down low, back to the point, now to Edney. Cross ice a little too hot for Larocque to handle, so she'll start up again here from the neutral zone. McParland, stick handles, gets this blue line, but now Karata strips it away from her, and here comes Ashton Hogan for the Furies. Hogan, 1-on-3, she's in there all alone. Now Vela streaking in off the bench for support. But not quickly enough as Hogan was dispossessed. Edney reverses the breakout. LaRock, she's got McIntosh near side, steps around one check, plays it to Vint. Vint with a drive from distance, and with her glove pitting it against her chest, Vanderbleek holds it for the faceoff. Bit of a smile there on the face of Sonia Vanderbleek, and you gotta think, Darren, at this point she's certainly starting to get the feel for it, as she just kind of got tossed into this one under quite amount of duress there. It was,
you can see the confidence picking up in her for sure. She's played well so far, giving up only one of the 5 Brampton goals, and she's made a couple nice saves.
Tough game for Kessler. I'm not sure you can really fault her for any of the 4 that she gave up, but nevertheless, she's pulled after giving up 4, and Vanderbleek has been, well, reliable, if nothing else, since coming in relief. Seedhouse with the puck at center ice, hits the blue line, near side, hash marks, fires it towards the net as she had King crashing the goal crease. They couldn't quite connect on that one. Fortino steps around Terry, stops on the dime, back to Seedhouse at the point. Seedhouse lets it fly, but that one's blocked. Baldwin off the boards, Spooner in there defensively. Now there was that great video that the CWHL had of Natalie Spooner playing on the Molson Canadian Anything for Hockey rink, rooftop rink. It really gave you a glimpse into how skilled of a player Natalie Spooner is, and right now Furies fans are hoping she can find a way to translate some of that skill into goals. But here comes Jones, steps around one, Jess Jones, skilled in her own right, nearly got another point on the board. Now, since coming into the league, Jess Jones has been a player to watch. Burchard lets that shot fly off the bar. Brampton continuing to press here. Fulton nearly steps around LaRock, but nothing doing. Burchard fanned on that attempt. Just so much skill out on the ice right now. And here's another highly skilled player. Rattray goes for the dangle. Oh, what a save! Great pass by Rattray to find LaRock, but Vanderbleek coming up with a great pad save.
And the hands by Rattray to give herself some space there. That was unbelievable.
Oh, we saw her try that in the first period, the through the leg dangle, as there Vanderbleek will just hold it for the face-off. That time she completes it, and when you're expecting her to make the shot, she makes the pass.
And a good pass at that. Well done there by Rattray, nearly making it 6-0 Brampton. That's what you want to see out of your top line, one of your best players. Jamie Lee Rattray with some good stuff this year for Brampton.
Off the draw, great play. Edney nearly came up with it. I think that's a play they've drawn up before, because that was nearly executed to perfection off the draw. McParland now scoops it up. Far side hash marks, takes it behind the net, tries to feed it in front, but Tara French does a good job to intercept that attempt and then clears it down the ice. LaRock, checked closely by Hogan, reverses the breakout, nearly turned it over. Now Montgomery. Fielding Montgomery, second effort, gains the zone. Saunders first on it for Toronto. Vela backhands it up and out of the Toronto zone. No icing, we're gonna say that hit a player, so with 13:25 left in the period, Brampton lead the breakout. Seedhouse across the blue line, lets it fly. Quick glove save by Vanderbleek, and that's another good save by Sonia Vanderbleek, who continues to stop the bleeding here.
And that's another, as Nico mentioned, a good example of the confidence Vanderbleek is gaining in this game. She's holding her team, not necessarily in it. They're down by 5, but they're sitting around, right? You get a couple goals on the board maybe, and things change. And Vanderbleek's giving them that opportunity here.
Furies captain Michelle Bonello with the puck behind her own goal. Checked closely by Richards. That's right back to Bonello as she gave it to Molson. Bonello takes a couple of hacks from Richards. Steps around Montgomery. Bonello hits the blue line, lets it go. That one's blocked. Stevenson. Bonello still in there, makes the pass just out of the reach of Zamora. So the Furies will start again here from center ice. Stevenson steps around one. Zamora drops it for Stevenson, but great poke check by Simmons. And here comes Rattray. She's got room to skate, lets it fly. Big rebound, but Vanderbleek out, covers it up. Jamie Lee Rattray continues to buzz for Brampton.
And Senna Suzuki with some good work defensively there to get back into the play. Coming right off the bench, Suzuki with some speed, cuts off Rattray's angle, doesn't allow her to cut towards the net.
We want to remind you to get in on even more of the action by joining the conversation online using the hashtag CWHL Live. Of course, you can check out upcoming broadcasts on CWHLlive.com. Get your season subscription through the website. That way you don't miss any of the action. And without missing any more of the action, we got a penalty coming up here to Brampton. Cross-checking the call. Looks like Burchard, the guilty party, so Toronto heading back to the power play.
Burchard didn't like that one, that's for sure. In behind the goal. Got her stick up a little bit too high on the Furies player. Puts back, and she'll sit in the box for 2 minutes or less, and a third power play of the game for the Furies. 0 for 2 thus far. They sit fourth in the league with a 13.5% power play efficiency coming into this game, so that number will go down a little bit after the first two that they did not convert on.
Spooner lets it fly. Great block by King. King puts the body on the line, and when Spooner lets it rip, you're going to feel it. So gutsy block that time by the Brampton defender, and then they clear the zone. A little, well, just about 30 seconds gone on the power play, but here comes Spooner. Bonello hit an edge and went down. She's going to the bench. We'll see if she's okay. Maybe just a bit of an equipment issue there. Spooner cycles, has it, top of the far side circle. Tries to feed it to Kelly Terry, gets it back to the point. Molson, Terry, far side hash marks. Buck 15 left in the power play. Spooner, far side corner. Checked closely by her Team Canada teammate Fortino. That time Fortino gets the better of Spooner. Fulton, she lets it fly. Oh, the redirection intended by Terry, just couldn't tip it past Knox. Shannon Molson, veteran defender for the Toronto Furies, first on the puck, tries to feed it to Chevry. She got bowled over just before the blue line by Larocque, but nothing doing. Play continues on, and 40 seconds now left in the Toronto power play.
And Brampton once again showing why they've been so good killing penalties this year. Easy dumps, like they're all over the puck. They're not giving Toronto any space to work on the power play.
Terry brought that one into the zone with some good speed and stick handling, but by the time she was in a shooting position, couldn't generate more than a weak backhander as Prevost digs away. But now it's Edney, makes the pass to Vint. Vint, top of the near circle, brings it down into the corner. Just time ticking off the Toronto power play. Great effort there from Vint. Oh, what a tremendous penalty killing effort, and that'll do it for the Toronto power play. Now 0 for 3 in this one. Prevost, oh, redirected, what a save! I'm not sure Knox truly knew where that was, but great lateral movement and solid fundamental positioning put her in a spot to make that save on the tip. Edney breaking out now for Brampton. McParland gets it to Burchard. Burchard, the defender, pinching in for an attack here, all alone. Lets it fly, it goes high and wide. Good job by Ashton Hogan to clear the zone. 9:42 remaining in the second period in a game that has favored the Brampton Thunder, but Hogan lets that one go, and the shot blocked never made it to the net. Vela checks her options as she approaches the center of the ice. Nothing doing. She still has a good effort there by Vela, and then she ends up giving it away. McIntosh. Michelle Bonello back out there for Toronto, so good to see. Nothing major coming out of that blown tire she had. That one skied well over top of the Toronto net, and it'll give Gaskin a chance to get it going, but good anticipation by Montgomery broke that play up. Hogan, at the end of a shift, will dump it in and peel off, and there's the high-flying Spooner. First in on the puck. Top line against top line here as both teams trying to get something more going. Jones, her breakout, that one's blocked. Whitaker, checked closely by both Terry and Baldwin. Spooner centered it for Terry, but she couldn't get a clean shot attempt. And here comes Jess Jones. Intended for Montgomery, broken up. Terry, great play by Knox here to come out of her net, because if not, Terry may have been off to the races. Long stretch pass right to Rattray. She's got Jones to the net. Suzuki with a diving effort broke it up. Fortino, far side. Burchard faked the one-timer. Still has it, lets it fly off the side of the net. Tara French spins away from one check, but she's tied up by Stiles. Rattray behind, right to Stiles in front as Jones, with some great vision, found her teammate. Again, knocks out of the net because Prevost, the first in there for Toronto. You gotta love a goaltender who's confident in playing the puck. Makes it that much easier on your defense, and Knox has been very good with her passing and stick handling so far for Brampton. Spinning away from the check, Stiles, but she's tied up now by Fulton. Near sideboards, Edney, she checks in closely as Chevry battles against her. Shot attempt easily blocked down by Whitney Horn, and icing here against Toronto. 7:21 remaining in the period.
Now Brampton's picked it back up a little bit, but coming off of what was a lackadaisical power play for the Furies, they did have possession there for a couple minutes. They had a little bit of pressure going on. Not quite getting a chance to beat Liz Knox at all, but at the very least they're getting something going, getting a couple shots on goal. They're going to need to keep that going over the next 27 minutes and 21 seconds if they want to get back into this game and even just get a little bit of momentum going for them going forward this season.
It said it was an icing call. Obviously that's not the case because we had the puck dropped at the center ice faceoff dot with 7:10 now remaining in the second period. So Toronto maybe catching a little bit of a break there. I think the officials admitting that the player was across center, but here comes Seedhouse. Seedhouse lets it fly. It was actually streaking along the ice, but it went wide of the cage. Lamoureux. Anna Horn in their defense, or in their offensively for Brampton, but unable to come up with the puck. Now it's on the stick of Larocque. Seedhouse near side. Dumps it in where it'll be played by Vanderbleek. Prevost, she's checked closely by Vint and Larocque, but it's Caroline Prevost out-muscling both Brampton players. Gained the zone, but just as quickly it's fired right back out. French. Lamoureux backhands it into the Brampton zone where it's picked up by Whitaker. Great vision by Whitaker to find McIntosh, but she couldn't corral that one, and it's on the stick of Suzuki, who gives it away to McIntosh. McIntosh with one too many move. Oh, still makes the pass though, and McParland was robbed on the doorstep.
Sliding across the goal, nice stop by Vanderbleek there.
Yeah, she had to fight her momentum. She was essentially going the wrong way on that, but she still was able to make that save. As Vint makes the pass to McIntosh. Knocked off her stick. McParland in there as well, and McIntosh gets it to her. McParland from the dot lets it fly, but well wide of the cage. Bouncing puck picked up by Elisa Baldwin. Baldwin makes the move around Whitaker. She was tripped up a little, but no call, nothing doing. Long stretch pass to Rattray. Jamie Lee Rattray cuts in, tries to feed it through, but great D by Michelle Bonello. And here comes Spooner. Natalie Spooner across the blue line, backhands it away from Terry, but she chases after it, and now the bouncing puck picked up by Rattray. Far side intended for Jones. Bonello picked it off and then took a bit of a hit for her troubles. Terry gets around Fortino. Terry in the near corner, plays it behind the net. Spooner, far side hash marks, skates into a shooting lane, lets it fly, and again Knox with a blocker save on Natalie Spooner. Burchard, there's a centering attempt. Spooner picks it up, and that shot couldn't quite find the target. Maybe squeezing the stick just a little bit tight there. You don't see Spooner miss from the hash marks very often. Gaskin picks off that long breakout attempt, but good effort by Rattray. They nearly came up with it. Stevenson, pass over to Zamora. She's got Stevenson in support, tries to feed it in front. With the puck deflected into the crease, Knox will just hold it for the face-off. 4:15 left in the period.
Now they've got nothing to show for it, but it has been a much better period for the Furies. They managed to keep Brampton for the most part to the outside of the offensive zone, and they're getting a few opportunities on Knox. She's been good. Vanderbleek at the other end has also been good in this second period, so a better period for the Furies overall. Looking to climb back from this 5-0 deficit.
We're keeping an eye on that out-of-town game as the Les Canadiens host the Calgary Inferno, and it's Montreal now with a 2-0 lead there, so Brampton Thunder fans have got to like that result so far. Still lots of hockey left in that one, and lots of hockey left in this one too, although it's been all Brampton. 5 first period goals, that's where we're at right now. Fulton digs the puck out, starts the breakup up from behind her own net. Long stretch pass intended for Prevost, and with Knox out of her net to play it, that negates the icing. 3:25 left here in the second period in this game between the Toronto Furies and the Brampton Thunder on CWHLlive.com. Edney tries to find McIntosh, but that's picked off by Prevost. Bonello, she'll fire it in from distance, right on, and Knox makes a pad save from the butterfly position. Edney, her pass easily broken up, and Bonello hammers it right back in. Hogan, sharp angle attempt. That one goes wide of the cage. Lamoureux tied up. Picked up now by Hogan. She's got Bonello at the point and uses her. Bonello fakes the shot. Checked closely by McIntosh and gets it into the corner for Lamoureux. She feeds it in front, and Hogan tipped it just high and wide. Hogan took a hefty slash there, and she's laboring a little bit heading to the bench. Offside the call against the Thunder with 2:32 left in the second period.
As Nico mentioned, 2-0 Les Canadiens lead the Calgary Inferno at the moment in the second period. The situation for the Thunder to get second place, they have 2 games next weekend against Les Canadiens. The last 2 games of the season are between Calgary and Brampton, so if Brampton can somehow show up, win a game, maybe win both games next weekend in Montreal, they will have a real shot in that final weekend series against the Calgary Inferno.
That's going to be something to watch for down the stretch, as Darren mentioned, the logjam towards the top of the standings, and those 2 games, as Spooner feeds it right on, but Knox makes that save. The 2 games to close out the season when Calgary comes here to the Memorial Arena to take on Brampton, and we'll have one of those 2 games for you on CWHLlive.com. So still lots to look for down the stretch of the season.
And we will have that final game of the season. It'll be the Sunday game here in Brampton.
Spooner across the blue line, just offside was Kelly Terry, and that negates what could have been a dangerous rush for Toronto with a $1:40 left in the period.
Kind of quiet period on the scoreboard, neither team putting any goals up thus far. 5-0 though after a ridiculous first period from the Thunder. It looked like they were going to score 15-20 goals in this game at one point, and Toronto's done a good job of slowing them down here in the second period.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, during the first intermission there, went down into the concourse to talk with a good friend and one of the best reporters in the business, Ian Colpitts, who is here for the Brampton Guardian today, also writes for the Mississauga News, one of the finest sports reporters around. And we were jesting just a little bit about how Brampton was on pace for what would have been quite a record-setting night. But yeah, you have to like the pushback from Toronto, as it's been a much tighter second period compared to the opening one. Suzuki gives it away to Jones. Jess Jones back to the point for Fortino. Laura Fortino, far side to Richards. Richards back to Fortino. Burchard and Fortino exchange places. That shot blocked. Where is it? It's in the skates of Suzuki. Second chance. Rattray turned away. Molson gets it to Zamora. 30 seconds left here in the second period. As Brampton with the long stretch pass, McPartlin drops it, and that one's broken up by Molson. Molson intended for Chevry. That one couldn't quite connect. 15 seconds now left in the second period. McParland, good stretch pass. There's McIntosh to McParland and right to the glove hand of Vanderbeek. Decent save, 7.7 seconds left in the second period. A game that's been all Brampton as they lead this one 5-0. Tyler Fines shouting out some instructions for his team, hoping that they could corral it off the draw. Edney lets it fly. One more chance, hammers it, big rebound. Oh, Vint fires it over top the net. And finally, the buzzer goes. It didn't look like Brampton was going to be able to generate a chance, but that never quit effort, they are able to get a shot on goal. Vanderbeek with a good pad save. The officials having a bit of a discussion here. Not sure what it's about. Can't be anything crucial because the teams will leave the ice after 40 minutes. The scoreline remains the same. It's 5-0 for the Brampton Thunder over the Toronto Furies. You're watching CWHL action, and we'll get you set for the third period coming up momentarily as you're tuned in on CWHLlive.com.
100% drive. 100% passion. 100% effort. But women in sports get only 5% of the attention. Canada's dairy farmers believe women in sports should be seen and heard loud and clear. With Fueling Women's Champions, we're shining a light on women athletes at every level. Join us. #ChampionHer.
When I was 7, I wore these gloves. They held this stick. Well, these skates carried me over the blue line. We won the championship, and now it's all yours. Cool. Oh, and this mouth guard. I'll get my own. Thanks.
The 5th season is when spirit for the game gets passed down. That's why we're proud to support over 5,000 teams.
5-0 Brampton Thunder after 2 periods of play. They lead the Toronto Furies. I'm here with Laura Fortino. Laura, 5-0. I mean, what a game for you guys so far.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming off a long break and we haven't played in a while, and I'm really proud of the girls that we came out with such high intensity and tempo, and it's awesome that we're up 5-0. We're really capitalizing on all our chances.
You scored another nice goal today. You've got 9 points in your last 5 games. What can you tell us about that goal? What were you looking for?
You know, we had a 3-on-2, and we had a really good mid-drive, and the goalie was kind of screened, and I saw the top corner kind of wide open, and so it's a good, lucky shot, I guess, but it was good.
I think that was more than a lucky shot. No goals for Toronto so far. Knox in goal. How's she performed so far today?
She's doing awesome. She's so calm back there. She's an awesome goalie. Her and Howie, we're both so lucky that we have them on our team, and our back end is just so strong, and you know, we take pride in our defensive zone and our defensive play, and I think it's really showing today.
And you guys sit 4 points behind both Montreal and Calgary right now for first and second in the league. What does it mean to get some home ice in the playoffs?
Oh, it's huge. I think, you know, that's kind of our goal now, is to fight for that first place or second place and get home ice advantage, and we know we can go really deep in the playoffs.
All right, thanks for joining us. Good luck in the third period, and we'll be back on CWHL Live.
Welcome back inside Brampton Memorial Arena as we get you set for the third period of play here between the Toronto Furies and the home team Brampton Thunder. Well, the scoreline remains the same from the opening 20 minutes, but we do have a bit of a scoring change, and Darren, as you alluded to, a line hat trick has been achieved.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Rattray gets credited for the 5th Brampton goal, the one that was originally credited to Edney. Jones and Edney now with the assists on that goal. So Rattray, Jones, and Stiles all potting one here today for what I alluded to earlier as a line hat trick. So that's a new term. We'll use that one.
Yeah, I like that
we'll
one
do
a
that.
lot. We'll keep that one in the
Good.
bank for sure. Checking the out-of-town scoreboard, it's in the second intermission. Montreal with a 2-0 lead over the Calgary Inferno. Montreal goals coming from their big guns as Marie-Philippe Poulin and Caroline Ouellette have the Les Canadiens in the lead here.
Now for Poulin, that is her 16th goal on the season, equaling the amount of games she has played. A goal a game this season for Poulin, 29 points for her as well. Caroline Ouellette with her 11th on the year, 21 points for her.
I don't like to play favorites, but in terms of players to watch, Roulette is right up there for me. Consistent, and it speaks to her stats this year as she's now up to 11 goals and 10 assists. But we've got some consistently great players in this game as we get you set for the third period here. Kelly Terry with the puck for Toronto. Feeds it to Spooner behind the net. Want to talk about skilled? There she is. Spooner tried to center it, but Burchard breaks that one up.
Well, you talk about players to watch in the CWHL. Montreal's got probably two of the three best in the league when you talk about Ouellette and Poulin. I mean, and then Batez is there too.
Brampton on the goal mouth scramble nearly tap one in. Yeah, Montreal with almost an embarrassment of riches when you talk about those three players. Batez, of course, former MVP of the league. We haven't even mentioned Julie True, the U.S. Olympian and arguably one of the best defenders in the CWHL. Shannon Molson drills the clearing attempt off the referee's skate and gives her a bit of a how you doing after the fact. Then Spooner's shot attempt blocks. So Toronto trailing 5-0 here, but they're trying to get something going. You have to like the effort, at least from the Furies. They haven't put their heads down. They just continue to try plug away and get something going.
Much better second period for them, and a good start to the third so far.
Jess Jones breaks that one up, and then Vint hammers it in. As we played just about a minute 30 of this third period. I'm sure Toronto fans are hoping it was just the first. They need a little more time on their side if they want to mount a comeback. Fulton tries to backhand it towards the goal, but Prevost has it near side. Whitaker strips it away, turned over. Fulton lets it go. Best save so far from Liz Knox. Quick pad save with the right leg. And then Brampton charged with an icing.
Good vision by Knox there to see through the traffic and find that puck. Kick out her right pad and get it with her toe.
Well, those shots about an inch or so off the ground, even right along the ice, can be really tough for the goaltenders. And as you alluded to, especially with the traffic in front. Knox does well, turning aside another one. Saunders with it now. McIntosh. Hogan stripped away from her by McParland. Nice spinorama by McParland, frees up a bit of space. Brampton turn it over to Saunders. Saunders held up at the blue line offside as Hogan steps in with that one.
Hogan was just on a beeline to the net there. The puck hadn't quite got in the zone. Toronto was offside on that play. It looked like Lamoureux was across the line.
February 6th is Hockey Day across this great nation, and that's going to be the next CWHL live broadcast when Toronto hosts Boston. That one coming to you from Port Elgin, Ontario. As Toronto tried to dig that puck out, nothing doing. And again, make sure you check out CWHLlive.com for a full list of upcoming broadcasts and your chance to subscribe for the rest of this season. Fortino lets one go. That one's stick down, and Saunders flips it off the boards where it's picked up by Hogan. Burchard has room to skate. She makes the pass to Richards. Richards tries to step around Bonello. Good defense there from Toronto's captain. Richards still with the puck on her stick. Feeds it down low to Montgomery. Fielding Montgomery, one of the 5 Brampton skaters coming into this one with an active point streak, so she's still looking to extend her personal accolade. As a bit of a yard sale there. Terry lost both her glove and her stick on the play. Puck just out of the reach of Styles. Baldwin can't corral it. Now it's stripped away from Seedhouse by Spooner. Spooner stick handles, backhands it towards the net. Great back check by Candace Styles. Broke up that pass. Molson, her shot. That one blocked by Edney. Bonello makes the pass to Baldwin. She'll tip it into the zone, but it's picked up by Edney, and just as quickly, Brampton come back out the other way. Whitney Hanna in there giving chase, but Styles gets it to Seedhouse. Seedhouse back to Styles. Center's in front, and just a little too much on that one for Hanna to get a clear shot off. Terry, near side board. She's checked closely by Whitaker, holds the puck in for now, but here comes Michelle Bonello. Bonello gave it away to Simmons, and now Seedhouse far side. She has it taken away by Zamora. Zamora tries to feed the shot through. That one blocked by Simmons. Battling for the puck behind the net. Simmons hammers it off the boards. Kept in. Zamora scoops it up, tries to get it to Stevenson. It's sitting there tied up on the net. Good effort by the Furies to knock it loose, but it ends up squirting out to center ice. Gaskin. With 5 minutes played here in the third period, the Brampton Thunder continue to maintain this 5-0 lead. Fortino, who was gracious enough to join you, Darren, during the second intermission, makes the pass to Burchard. Burchard lets it fly. Good save from Vanderbilt.
Fortino talked about the importance of winning these games down the stretch here to get home ice advantage for the semifinals of the Clarkson Cup.
It's certainly what's at stake down the stretch of the season. Brampton will have 5 games remaining after this one, as Prevost just a little bit in ahead of Chevry, so Toronto goes in offside.
That's some good athleticism there from Prevost to try to hold the line. Just didn't quite get it. Chevry a little bit behind her. Good try either way.
That speaks to her CrossFit experience, I think. Quite the athlete away from the ice as well, Carolyn Prevost. She was stretching out to the best of her ability to toe the line, but that particular instance didn't quite work out. But Toronto have it again. Saunders flips it right on, and Knox, with Chevry bearing down on her, will hold that one for the face-off as we played 5:50 here in the third period.
Not a bad play by Saunders just to put the puck on Knox and get the offensive zone draw. They've had trouble here early in the third period. So much as getting the puck past the Brampton blue line. So they lose the face-off, but good try either way.
Yeah, it's important to try at least generate those offensive zone draws when you can, and even if that just means flipping it in on goal from center and then bearing down on the goalie to hold it, never a bad play. Richards leaves it for Edney, who's got a bit of a streak on that ponytail today. I'm a little colorblind, so I'm not sure if that's purple or
It's
blue,
very purple.
Purple. There you go, and I'm very colorblind then, because it's definitely sticking out, but well, it's doing good work for Edney as she's amassed a couple of points already. That shot wide of the cage, as now it's picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery attempts to get it on net, but it skids wide of the goal, and here comes Molson. Good pass to Lamoureux. She's got room, and she'll take it. Tennis, Lamoureux snaps it, and great save by Liz Knox. Fort Knox stands tall and keeps the door shut.
Knox not getting a lot of work tonight. She hasn't had an amazing game by any means, but she stood tall and she hasn't given up any goals. Just 13 minutes and 11 seconds left to go here in the third period, and she has made a few nice saves. Again, not a very busy night for her, but she's played very well.
Vela took a bit of a cross check there from Simmons. Simmons maybe a little bit lucky to get away with that one because it was a stick square in the numbers to the Toronto forward, but nothing doing. Play continues on, and there's Vela doing good work again for the Furies. It is Vela stepping out of the corner with it, gets it to Suzuki. Senna Suzuki off the boards, but it's picked off now by Burchard, who finds Jones near side. Just Jones right on She opened up the scoring in this one, and she's continuing to generate chances, digging away for this one now against Suzuki. Gaskin makes the pass near side to Hogan, who fans on the clearing attempt. Second effort, she gets it out. Fortino, quick touch over to Vint, drops it to Jones. Checked closely by her numerical counterpart French, and that creates the turnover as Balden, here for Toronto, tries to feed it in front, nothing doing, but she's still on it. Balden gives it away now to Vint. Vint off the boards, Jones tied up again by French, but does just enough to get the puck out to center ice. Toronto deploying their top line here of Spooner, Terry, and Balden. Let's see if they can create offense. Spooner with the centering pass, Terry's shot wide of the net. It was a good job by Spooner to create the turnover and then feed it in front, but Terry in the low slot unable to get a good shot off. Rattray, she's got room to skate up there against French, shields the puck. Oh, and she slides it through Vanderbleek. Jamie Lee Rattray, she didn't draw it up that way, but she'll take it. It's 6-0 Brampton, and that's back-to-back goals for Jamie Lee Rattray on what has turned into a 4-point game.
And as you mentioned, that's definitely not what Rattray wanted to do there. She kind of just shielded the puck and let it slide through the legs of Vanderbleek. Little bit too open there for Vanderbleek. She's got to get her stick down, cover the 5-hole.
That's exactly it, Darren. If you're going to open up the 5-hole like that, you got to get the paddle down. And with Vanderbleek unable to do so, it's the first goal we've had since the first period. And it's credited to Jamie Lee Rattray with the lone assist going to Laura Fortino.
Now in defense of Vanderbleek on that one, you're expecting the deke to the backhand there. You're
sure.
like, Rattray would generally have gone to the other side of the ice with her stick and with the puck and tried to go around Vanderbleek. You're not expecting the puck to slide through your legs like that, but regardless, you need to be a little bit more aware of where the puck is when you're sliding across the ice.
Yeah, I think you can, as you mentioned, you can see the mindset of Vanderbleek trying to get down to that spread eagle, get the pads out. That way, if Rattray does complete the move, maybe she can stonewall her with a nice pad save, but, well, nevertheless, she's unable to keep the puck out of the net, and it's now 6-0 Brampton, as Rattray has a 2-goal and 2-assist performance here this afternoon. Bouncer right on for Knox. She makes that save easily. The rock on it now for the Thunder. Reverses it to Edney. Correct myself, I said Edney already amassed a couple of points this afternoon. She's gotten 1 assist, maybe more coming though, as Seedhouse puts it right on, and Vanderbleek with a solid save against the near side of the post. Anna Horn digs away for it. Suzuki checks Seedhouse right down. They continue to tie each other up, and Seedhouse wins this battle. Seedhouse back to the point for Whitaker. She lets that shot fly, and a good left pad save from Vanderbleek. Out of the corner, Suzuki able to clear the zone. Fulton has it now for the Furies. Oh, she's drilled right in front of the Brampton bench. Whitaker throws the shoulder. Prevost in there, and Prevost's going to be called for the retaliation. I don't know about this one, Darren. That's a tough call. Third player in, I suppose, but certainly looked like body contact should have been the initial call.
The officials were going to let that go by the looks of it. They weren't going to, obviously nothing called on Whitaker there. They were going to let that play go, and Prevost comes in after the fact. And that's a tough call. It's a tough one. You're already down 6-0. Brampton 1 for 1 on the power play today.
And you can understand the mindset of Prevost just coming in to try stick up for her teammate there, but maybe that element of frustration creeping in now for Toronto, as Darren mentioned, they're down 6-0 with 9:27 left here in the third period.
And that's just the officials trying to control the game.
Burchard, high drive over top the net, up and out of play. I think it may have been deflected. We'll see where the face-off comes, as the officials have talked this one over. Allison making the point that the face-off should come outside of the zone.
Not sure if that Burchard blast went off of anything.
Yeah, it looked like she just kind of elevated the puck and
May have bounced to her off the face-off, got underneath it, and hammered it over the glass.
And indeed, the draw will come outside the Toronto zone, so they may not necessarily win the war, but they'll win that particular battle as the Furies catch a bit of a break. Bonello with it here for the Furies, skates it out, short-handed, makes the pass to Spooner. She's dangerous with that extra space. Shot right on, Knox turns it away as it came off the stick of Michelle Bonello, who continues to dig away short-handed. Makes the pass to Vela. Oh, and now, well, they're calling Bonello here against Stiles, and Bonello goes after Stiles. She wants a piece of her. Bonello not at all happy with the play behind the goal. I think we're actually going to have both players heading to the box here. So both number 4s heading to the penalty box, the sin bin, and they'll have a chance to cool down. Although Michelle Bonello's not getting any cooler at all. She continues to jaw away at Candace Stiles.
Now, I didn't see what happened in behind the goal there. I'm not too sure if something happened between the two players beforehand, but I'm not too sure why Candace Stiles is in the box in that case, because Bonello threw a check.
Yeah.
And then she went right after. Stiles, unless she said something that the officials didn't like, I'm not too sure why she's in the penalty box right now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the official announcement for the penalty, especially to Candace Stiles, because you're right there, and it didn't look like she did all that much to get called for anything, but regardless, we'll have 5-on-4 here for the next $1.29.
Coincidental minors on that play. I'm not sure. We'll see what the announcement is, but that's an interesting one.
Face-off coming up to the right of Liz Knox. The officials continue to discuss things here as we've got 8:56 remaining in the third period of this game between the Toronto Furies and the Brampton Thunder. You're watching on CWHLlive.com.
And while they figure things out, update from the other game going on right now. It is now 3-0 Les Canadiens over the Calgary Infernos. They look to sweep the weekend away from the Inferno. That would leave, if the two scores hold, Brampton 2 points behind Calgary for second place in the CWHL with a game in hand. Once again, you can catch them on CWHLlive.com on February 21st. That'll be the last game of the season. It'll be the Brampton Thunder and the Calgary Inferno. Definite possible playoff aspirations in that game. And if you remember the last weekend series between the two 3 weeks ago, it was Brampton taking both games here at home, the first of which a 4-3 win in overtime, the second of which you saw here on CWHLlive.com, an 8-7 shootout victory for the Thunder.
Sounds like such a boring game. 8-7 shootout?
You missed, Nico, let me tell you, you missed something else there. As we have another Fury player in the box, so we will see some 5-on-3 here by the looks of it.
We're going to have to get the official announcements because it looks like that's Ashton Hogan who's in the box now for Toronto.
My thought is they're giving Bonello an extra minor. They're giving her 2 and 2, while Stiles is just getting the single 2.
And check that, that's actually number 18, not 16. So Tomomi Kurata will serve the penalty for Toronto. As Hogan out there to kill this short-handed.
Still 4 Furies on the ice, though.
Yeah, so they'll have to sort that out, no question about it. Laura Fortino and Tara French discuss with the referees what's going on. 4 Furies still out on the ice. There we go, 5-on-3. Hogan heads to the bench.
Not too sure what they're trying to pull here with just under 9 minutes left in a game that is very much out of question.
So Brampton will have 1:29 of 5-on-3 power play time as we're inside the final 9 minutes of this third period.
Assuming that's the last person that ends up in the box here.
Yeah, and I gotta think your speculation is right there, and it's probably an extra 2 minutes to Bonello, which is being served by a teammate, because certainly Kurata didn't do anything to get ticketed for
Of course
a penalty.
not.
So
No.
we'll wait for the official announcement as the officials talk this one over with Toronto's coaching staff. Summer West at the bottom of your screen. Former Fury, Lexi Hoffmeyer, assisting West on the bench this season as well. Fortino to Burchard. Down low to Rattray. Over to Burchard. So it is a double minor to Bonello as Brampton will have another attempt or interference to call against Jones. And Jones is not happy about this, and I can understand why. She was checked in to the goal of Sonia Vanderbleek, but they're going to call it goalie interference
I don't
against
understand
Jones.
that at all.
Yeah, that's a head scratcher.
Wow.
You know, that might be the Mary Kay makeup call right there.
Oh, definitely, and I've never heard it called that, so well done.
I can't take credit. That's a Paul Jones line. Mary Kay at the door with the makeup
I like
call.
it, I like it.
Here we get another look at the infraction. Keep an eye on Jones, 22 in black. She's at the top of the hash marks there. And you can see Baldwin. I don't know, that's
a weird one too, because Brampton controlled the puck for a couple seconds afterwards.
Yeah.
It looked like the call was going against Toronto. I thought the call was going against Toronto for interference, and that would have made sense.
And that's what I thought too, but nevertheless, Jones in the box. Brampton still with a power play. Although I'm not even going to try make sense of what's going on there with the special teams. It's 4-on-3 right now, and let's just leave it at that. As Fortino makes the pass over to Burchard. Burchard and Fortino exchange places. Burchard faked the shot, now gets it back, the one-timer. Good save there. May have actually been tipped wide by Rattray. If not, Vanderbleek did well to get a blocker on it. And here comes Spooner, 2-on-1. Spooner, she's got Vela, forces the sharp angle shot. Knox holds her position and keeps that one out.
Not too sure where that went up on Knox there. Almost handcuffed her, got her in the shoulder by the looks of it, and managed just to hang on for that one.
And full credit to Laura Fortino for playing that 2-on-1, potential 2-on-1, absolutely perfectly. She limited Spooner's space to the outside, didn't give her much of a shot other than that sharp angle. Not a very high percentage scoring chance, even for a talent like Natalie Spooner. So Brampton still continue on here with at least 17 seconds of power play time. LaRock makes the dish to Richards, who gets it back to LaRock at the point. Edney right back to LaRock, fakes the shot, down low to Richards, back to the point. LaRock one-timer, that one blocked by Molson. Now out of the box comes Prevost. So we've got 4-on-4 for 25 seconds, and then it'll be a brief power play for the Furies. Edney feeds it in, and good save by Vanderbleek, as that one was tipped right in front of her. LaRock backhands it right on, and again, Vanderbleek, equal to that test, makes a save. 7:07 left in the third.
So if we're making sense of all of the penalties here, Brampton now 1 for 3 on the power play, having technically had 2 advantages there.
Correct.
Both shortened, and Toronto is going to have a brief 17-second power play of their own in 11 seconds time, assuming no more penalties.
Well, Shannon Molson, who made that blocked shot, it looked like she was laboring initially, and now you can see the pain that she is in. She's going to need some assistance to get off the ice here, but it's been a gutsy performance by Shannon Molson, who's put her body on the line a number of times. And when she took that block shot, it looked like she got it where kind of that vulnerable area between the lacing of the skate and the bottom of the shin pad, not necessarily a lot of padding there. And she obviously needs a little bit of help to get off the ice there.
And let's hope that's just a stinger on her foot. Let's hope that's just turns out to be a bit of a bruise and she's all right.
So we'll keep an eye on 23 in white, Shannon Molson. We'll see if she makes a return to this game with 7:07 remaining in the third period as Brampton lead Toronto 6-0. You're watching on CWHLlive.com. Here comes Natalie Spooner with speed. Spooner lets it fly. But once again, textbook D from Brampton, they force her outside, and that's a relatively easy save for Knox.
And the Penalty has expired to Bonello. Her second penalty, she still sits in the box. Coretta to the bench. 17 seconds of power play time, and they'll get a face-off in the Brampton zone.
Now, for a couple of broadcasters, your math is pretty good there, Darren. You were right on, 17 seconds. Just the power play here for Toronto, but pretty much already done. 2-1, it's over, so we're back to five-a-side hockey. Out of the box comes Jess Jones as Toronto dig away for the puck. Spooner feeds it down low to Baldwin. She can't corral it. Burchard tied up by Terry and Baldwin. Ellie Seedhouse gives some support defensively and gets it to Jess Jones. Jones near side to Montgomery, trips over the blue line. A good second effort by fielding Montgomery, gets it into the corner for Jones. Senna Suzuki, one of many all-stars from the Toronto Furies, comes up with the puck here. Suzuki, room to skate, so she takes it across the blue line. Suzuki stops at the hash marks, fans on the pass attempt, and that'll give Brampton a chance to break out on their own. McParland, she's checked tightly by both Lamoureux and French, but gets it over to McIntosh. McIntosh tried to get it back to McParland, near side corner. And it's McIntosh who comes up with it, centers it in front. Good poke check by Vanderbleek, knocked the danger away, and here comes Vela. Vela across the blue line. French, top of the circle, lets it fly right on, and Knox shuts the door. Another save for Liz Knox. She's 5.5 away from her second shutout of the season.
And again, it hasn't been a very tough game for Knox. She's made some nice saves. She's had a couple tough opportunities against her, but she's held on at every step here and hasn't really had to put that much work in.
Bit of a discussion here from the referees at the Toronto bench. I think it's about when they can get Bonello out of the box. Two of the referees, one...
They're pulling Molson off the ice, off the bench by the looks of it.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right, Darren. Molson's going to need some medical attention. So they're going to give this break a chance for her to get off the ice completely and back to the Toronto dressing room. And to do so, they have to open up the boards behind Brampton's net. So that explains the brief stoppage there. And well, Darren, as you alluded to, this, for Toronto fans, hoping it's just a stinger, that's not a good sign. Molson walking on her own power right now, so, I mean, hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Well, despite not being able to clinch a playoff spot today, Toronto's going to be in the playoffs, and Shannon Molson's somebody they want to have on the ice for those 3 games, likely against Lake Canadian.
Yeah, no question they're going to need her down the postseason stretch should Toronto clinch that final 4th spot. And Brampton digging away, good save by Vanderbleek, and with the advantage they have over Boston, who have just generated 1 shootout win this season, yeah, you'd have to think that despite not clinching this afternoon, Toronto's still very much in control of their own playoff destiny, but they're going to need a veteran player like Shannon Molson out there for the postseason. So hopefully nothing too serious for Molson, but her team still has 5:05 left here in the 3rd period to get something out of this game, because it's really been a tough grind for Toronto. Really, the first 20 minutes, and as you said numerous times, the first 19 minutes and 50 seconds, that kind of turned this game on its head, and Brampton showing that they're just the superior team this year.
All the jump in that first period was Brampton's. They were all over the place. They've continued to play well, but nothing like how they did in that first period.
Rattray tries to dance her way in front, broken up, and here comes Chevry. She'll chip that one forward to Prevost. Carolyn Prevost, good hustle to outrace Edney to it. Chevry makes the pass intended for Fulton. Great play by Suzuki to hold the line, and now it comes out, but she had to kick the puck forward to keep it in. Jones, she'll flip it into the Toronto zone with 4:05 left now. Prevost off the boards, bank pass for Fulton. Fulton, toe drag, lets the shot go, but Fortino makes a good block. Chevry checked closely and then stripped away from her. Stiles endures a bit of a hit there from Saunders. Jess Jones up to Rattray. Jamie Lee Rattray. Oh, nearly had her 5th point of the game, but she's turned away by Sonia Vanderbeek.
I keep going back to that first period for the Thunder. You talk about a dominating period. We don't have possession numbers available to us up here, but if you were to take the time and go through that first period, I think you'd probably find about 75 or 80% possession for the Brampton Thunder in that first period. Just unbelievable domination and a lot of standing around for the Furies. It changed the game. A couple of those goals were just plays that should have been made easily by the Furies, getting the puck out of their own zone, and then they just stand around and let Brampton score.
Brampton won the first 4 head-to-head games this season, but nothing quite like the performance we've seen today. They've all been relatively close contests when these teams have hit the ice, but Brampton certainly look like they'll take another one here in the dying moments. As Spooner turned away. Great chance. Better save by Liz Knox.
And the best save of the game for Knox right there, I think. Great positioning, great pad.
And great reflexes, because that was as quick of a save as it was a shot. Spooner let it go from in tight. The pad save by Knox turns her away. Baldwin lets that one fly. Big rebound after Knox blockered it away, but Terry unable to generate a second shot on goal. Burchard skates after it. Gaskin gets there first. Spooner at the end of a shift now comes up with it, fires it high and wide. Terry. Burchard, far side, reversing the breakout, and here comes McIntosh. Couldn't get that pass cleanly as she had Vint streaking up the ice. Vint on the back check, picks it up. Tyler finds directly below us, encouraging his team to keep it going. They're up 6-0 and there's only 2:15 left, but he wants to see them finish strong and not get into any bad habits as we're approaching the home stretch of the season now.
I think the domination from Brampton here today speaks to the team that they've become throughout this season. They are a much tighter defensive team. They are a much more efficient offensive team. They have been extremely good today. This team that's playing right now is not the same as the team we saw at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, the evolution of this Brampton Thunder team has been really something to watch over the last few seasons specifically. They went from being a basement team that was giving up way too many goals, not generating enough offense, and playing really undisciplined hockey at times, to now being a legitimate Clarkson Cup contender. And you have to like the progression of some of their younger core players like Laura Fortino, Jess Jones. They haven't been in the league that long, but have they ever asserted their dominance as some of the top players here in the CWHL?
Now these two teams will play each other once more this season. That'll be Sunday, February 14th at the MasterCard Center in Toronto, as Brampton, assuming their 6-0 lead holds here with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go, will go for the season series sweep of the Furies.
It might be February 14th, the day of that game, but there's going to be no love lost on the ice when those two teams hook up. As Darren mentioned, that'll be the final head-to-head matchup for Toronto and Brampton this season, as we're inside the final 60 seconds of this third period. Jones centers it, but that one's broken up. And here comes Corey Chevry. Her attempt to pass it through the zone was knocked down, so Suzuki will start it up again for the Furies. Whitaker trips over the blue line and offside as Prevost is coming back out of the zone. Fulton didn't quite see her and brought it in a little too hastily that time. 38 seconds left in the game.
Now scenarios in which these two teams would meet after that game, potentially if Brampton wins both games next weekend against Lake Canadian, they will be tied for first place in the CWHL and could potentially finish first and play Toronto in the semifinals. Or if both teams win their semifinal series and face in the Clarkson Cup finals, that is it.
We'll watch with anticipation as Spooner brings it into the zone. Spooner shields it from Fortino on the backhand, tries to hammer it towards the goal, but Fortino right on her. knocks that shot attempt away. Saunders lets it fly, but again, another block shot. We don't quite have those numbers available to us either, but it would be interesting to see the number of block shots Brampton had today, because with the final buzzer, that'll do it. 6-0, the final score, but it was a great effort from Brampton through all three zones. And yes, they won 6-0, but I was impressed with their defensive play as well and their willingness to put the body on the line.
Absolutely. This is one of the easiest shutouts you're going to get if you're Liz Knox. She didn't really have much pressure on her at all the whole game. She made a few nice saves, but we don't have the shots in front of us right now, but I'm sure she didn't face nearly as many as either Kessler or Vanderbleek.
While the teams will shake hands, that's the only pleasantries they'll exchange here. Brampton will skate off with smiles and satisfaction. 6-0 the final score, and the Furies, well, Summer West, I think there's still a lot to be desired from her team as they approach the end of their season. Toronto with just 3 games remaining after this one. Brampton still have 5 games left this regular season.
(36-23) the final shots in favor of the Thunder. So a good performance by Knox. Not a ton of shots faced, not a huge game from her, but she got the shutout nonetheless. She was perfect today.
Well, you can catch more of the Furies in action as they get set to take on the Boston Blades February 6th, 7:30 p.m. from Port Elgin, Ontario. That's the next CWHL live broadcast, so make sure you tune in for that one as we celebrate Hockey Day in Canada. We've got your Tim Hortons 3 stars of the game coming up momentarily here, presented by Tim Hortons. Great to see the next generation of CWHL stars out here presenting the 3 stars of the game.
Vince a curious choice for a star today. She scored a goal, the 3rd Brampton goal, but you know, there's Rattray with 2 goals, 2 assists, Jones a goal and 2 assists, Fortino a goal and 2 assists. And Rattray is likely the first star here, but that means Liz Knox isn't getting on the board at all. She got a shutout.
Yeah, but I think you summed it up. That's probably the easiest shutout she'll ever get.
Yeah.
Oh!
There it
wow,
is.
so Rattray left out in the cold. How about that one?
Wow, yeah.
And she's can't really believe it herself. She kind of looks over in disbelief like, are you kidding me? I had a 4-point night and I'm not one of the 3 stars.
How am I not the first star of this game?
Well, in the end, it won't really matter. Brampton get the 6-0 win, and I think for Jamie Lee Rattray, she's just happy to see her team get another couple of points in the win column.
And you know, she's the first star in the hearts of all the fans here.
Well, today's contest was between a couple of local rivals, but the rivalry maybe not quite as healthy as it needs to be. Toronto have to find a way to get themselves back into a better form, because heading down the stretch and towards the playoffs, they just have to find a way to get it done here.
Well, regardless of who they face in their Clarkson Cup semifinal, they're going to be in tough. It doesn't matter which of the 3 teams finishes in first place.
And for the Brampton Thunder, another dominant performance. Give them now their 14th
win of the season.
Thank you. That's why I broadcast and don't do taxes, because I can't even do simple math. But there you go, Brampton with the win. They get the final score here, 6-0 over Toronto. And before we sign out, we want to thank the CWHL and CWHL Live would like to thank Canada's Dairy Farmers Fueling Women's Champions Program for their valuable support in presenting CWHL streaming this season. We'd also like to thank league sponsors Scotiabank, Sportsnet, Winsport, Bauer, Tim Hortons, Toyota, Molson Coors, the Globe and Mail, Bridgeforce, Porter Airlines, just flew with Porter, great stuff, Gong Show, OMGs, the Calgary Flames, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the Montreal Canadiens for their invaluable support of the Canadian Women's Hockey League. For Steve Mitchell and our tremendous crew, I'm Nico Cardarelli. We'll see you next time.